Welcome, everyone, to Highmark Stadium here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Beautiful Sunday afternoon for this USL Pro contest between the Pittsburgh Riverhounds and the FC Dallas Reserves. I'm Gene Klein with Paul Child. Paul, beautiful day in the city. Great afternoon for a game, and another very important one for the Riverhounds.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous, Gino, here, and people just still piling in, I think, and it is a great day. And if you can't play in this, you can't play anywhere. But as you say, very important for the Riverhounds. Lost a game on the road last week, and obviously pushed themselves back down the league, and now got to fight back to get back. And this has got to be a must-win for them.
Yeah, the coaches and players have been saying now for several weeks that every game's a playoff game for them, and that really has been true. Right now, the Riverhounds currently second from the bottom of the table, but within playoff contention. They're currently with 26 points, and that's 4 behind 8th place. Charlotte and Arizona both tied for 8th place with 30 points. Right behind them, the Wilmington Hammerheads and OKC Energy with 29, then the Orange County Blues with 27, and then the Hounds. Hounds with a few more to play, except for the Hammerheads, who are only have 22 played. So we have some chance to pick up some points, but they cannot lose any points here.
No, they can't afford to go down today. If we do, it's really got to be very lucky if we can even make the playoff. But so let's hope today that they've come prepared and they're ready to go. And we haven't seen the FC Dallas team this year, so it'll be interesting to see what these guys have got.
Yeah, absolutely. FC Dallas currently one of the top teams in the Major League Soccer Reserve League, and of course they are not. You will not see them in the standings for USL Pro, but they are one of the teams that USL Pro teams have to play. So many reserve teams, and so we're anxious to see their caliber and quality and what they're going to bring to the table here in this game. As I'm sure the Hounds are completely prepared for this test. I mean, it's going to be a very important one, and again, the Hounds really need to come away with 3 points, especially at home.
Yes, and I think it's important. We've got one more game left at home, and important for the fans too, Gino. I mean, we need a win. We've had some close ones, and we've had some bad ones. So it'd be good to see them have a great game tonight. And it looks like they're kicked off right now.
As we kick off here, the FC Dallas in the blue and white, Hounds in all gold for this evening. We'll run down very quickly the lineups for you. For FC Dallas, Richard Sanchez is in the goal. Moises Hernandez, Walter Cabrera, Philip Ponder, Eric Davies in the back as they come out to control it and pressured by the Hounds. Midfield is Jonathan Topp, Ryan Hollingshead, Kellen Acosta, and Danny Garcia and Kobe Spann with David Texera up top, as we see David Texera on the ball for FC Dallas, taking on Matty Dahlman.
Great cross in there.
A good service in, yes. But cleared away by our MLS product, which is Anthony Arena, and he's going to play to another Dynamo product, which is Jason Johnson.
Yeah, the Dallas coming out firing on all cylinders, it looks like, Gino, keeping possession at the back, and here's a replay of it. Great cross in.
Yeah, alertly cleared away by Arena.
Yeah, good job there being alert for that, because the player was waiting right behind him to put that away.
So for the Hounds, Michael Lish again in the goal with Sterling Flunder, Andrew Ribeiro, and Anthony Arena, Matty Dahlman, the back four. Midfield of Joseph Nguyen, Danny Earls, Rob Vincent, Michael Green, Kevin Kerr, and Jason Johnson will be up high. And Paul, I would expect what we've seen a lot in recent weeks with that formation is Michael Green and Joseph Nguyen both pushing up to almost play 3 up top.
Yeah, it seems like that right now, and they're trying to do that. It as we always usually get started this way, Gino. It's getting settled on the ball, getting some confidence in your passing, and getting a feel for what's going on. And hopefully, in the next 3 or 4 minutes, they'll keep in possession pretty good right now.
Yeah, and we'll see FC Dallas. They're probably going to be pretty patient here. Both teams are going to feel themselves out because they're not going to know a lot of each other. Really, probably haven't. I'm not sure what the common opponents might be, but bottom line is they haven't seen each other, so they're going to be a little bit cautious here to start the game.
Yep.
But the Hounds are coming out pressing right away. As you see Michael Green and Jason Johnson pressing FC Dallas to come out of there. And
yeah, and we haven't done that in previous games, Gino. It's always been like settling back and trying to look at what's coming at you. But it looks like the Hounds today are really going to go put some pressure on right from the beginning.
Jason Johnson getting stripped of the ball, and FC Dallas coming out. Robbie Vincent going to get a big clearance with that one, but that's going to be won by Eric Davies for FC Dallas.
Throwing for the Riverhounds.
No, it looks. Yep, for the Riverhounds out there. Big games last night, Paul, in USL Pro. Of course, the marquee match was Orlando City at Richmond, defeating the Kickers 3-2 to hold on to their first place lead, and Colorado Rapids Reserves 2-1 over Dayton. Another big one with implications for the Hounds would have been a 2-2 draw with Harrisburg and Rochester. Harrisburg really surging of late, doing a lot better.
Yep.
And then another big one for the Hounds is Wilmington, a 2-1 away win at Orange County Blues. So
that is a big win, right?
That's a big one because that puts Wilmington with 29 points and a point behind and 3 points ahead of the Hounds, but they have a couple games in hand also.
Yeah.
But a rough schedule for them also.
Yeah, they've got to be getting some games in real soon here, and really back to back, and we'll see what they can do through that. But they did a great job last night and put himself in a good position, Gina.
Yeah, and of course, as we mentioned, some of these a lot of games still to be played, but the Hounds have a very, very difficult weekend next weekend where they have the brutal trip to the Carolina that you and I are very familiar with, which is they're going down to play Charlotte and Charleston, so that will be a real test, and that's why it's so important for this match tonight.
Yep.
Or today, excuse me.
And both teams just feeling each other out, and Dallas kind of nasty
foul
tackle
against
there.
Robbie Vincent of the Hounds.
I'm sure the referee's keeping that one in the back of his mind. That was a pretty nasty chop down there, but never booked him, and obviously just said one more, and I'm sure he's going to do something about it. But
so Kellen Acosta on the ball for FC Dallas. He decides to go out wide. Nice little combination, to the right flank, and they're going to get a serve in, cleared away by Anthony Arena. Mike Green tries to bring it down, does nicely to flick it on to Kevin Kerr, and he's going to play wide to Matty Dahlman, who's going to get one of that. Great delivery to Jason Johnson, but again,
pretty much
Cabrera gets
down,
on it,
yeah.
and Johnson could not hold on to it for the Riverhounds.
And again, that's a good ball into Johnson, but there was 3 Dallas players around him, so didn't have many options either, Gino, if he could have brought that under control. So Dallas winning the ball back again right now, switching. Now it's going down this left side.
Yeah, good ball to Kobe Span, and he's gonna. Dallas is going to get that ball out wide again to that right flank, going consistently down there. Good entry pass into Texera, but he tried to cut it back, and Anthony Arena was having nothing to do with that, Paul. He got a piece of it, still going to knock out of bounds and knocks out of touch, and FC Dallas still on the ball.
I noticed Dallas there when they came out of the back, Gino, too. Boy, they go with, they've sent 3 or 4 players up front. It's not like one lone or 2 guys.
So far you can see their speed of play looks very active, very lively. So here come the Hounds building all the way out of the back, the right side to Matty Dahlman.
Dahlman kind of waiting, looking for somebody, and getting not very many options, and not much movement up front for us at the moment, Gina.
Yeah, they're going to have to, as Kevin Kerr tries to find, an empty space to slot in there behind their midfield in front of their back 4, but the FC Dallas very well organized, pushing 3 up pretty high.
Yep, and 3 in midfield.
Look like 3 in the midfield. And so far I've been very, very active with that.
They're very compact, it looks like, too. They
very compact, yeah.
Working well
together. They're going to be content to allow the Hounds to have it that deep. We're going to have to be a little bit more active and again, find some entry passes into Jason Johnson, Mike Green, Joseph Nguyen. And Johnson calls for it, then he says no. Bear has to shift it over. So they're going to be happy with FC Dallas. Will be happy with this, which is need more movement.
Yeah, we just
off the ball. I mean, the defenders get their heads up and they're looking,
and nobody's on.
They're either not confident to make that pass or.
Yeah, and when I say on, Gino, you know what I mean. These guys are coming back for the ball, but the players who are looking to pass the ball can see two defenders behind them.
And here's a good win from Sterling Flunder, and that's really all we had right now is to serve the long one up and then try to collect the knockdowns, Paul.
Yes, exactly, and we're kind of here's a replay on that one. I think they're going to show us. Yeah, long one in and. Here it comes back, and that's where we've got to jump on anything that's knocked back down into that middle, and hopefully can capitalize on it.
Sterling did well there to press up and collect that knockdown, and now the Hounds are trying to circulate the ball a little bit faster.
Yeah, we do.
Again, no space whatsoever for our midfield, for Kevin Kerr, for Robbie Vincent, for Danny Earls. They have to come really, really deep to get the ball and end up with their first pass. Knocking it back to our defenders. There's a long flight of ball to Joseph Nguyen. He can't deal with that. Eric Davies is going to.
Oh, and he's won it back. Did a good job there.
Wins it back. Maybe a foul there. It looks like. Yeah, Davies fouls Nguyen. So Joseph does very, very well to hold on to that one and draw the foul. So maybe this is an opportunity, an early opportunity for the Riverhounds.
It is a good opportunity, Gino, and you can see Arena coming up and. Going to show you a replay on that trip, and
Joseph, a little touch by him, a nice little separation, and Davies decided, well, I'm going to deal with this right there. So here's
Dolman,
Matty Dolman, always dangerous with these serves. He's going to whip it in. Oh, cleared, not cleared, and barely does FC Dallas get a piece of that one, but. Great delivery from Matty Dolman that time.
Yeah,
I mean that's a dangerous ball.
And we know he can do that as well. And here's a dangerous situation for the Hounds here, one-on-one there, and cuts it back, and 2 against 1 there.
Great
Another
recovery by Sterling Flunder there to win that one. Off, I think it was that Garcia? I think it was Garcia for Dallas on who came across there on that.
Yeah, that was a good opportunity for Dallas.
Great counter.
Should have done something better with it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because they had 2 against 3.
As we see this one again. That was Kobe Spann coming up on that one with the shot and played this out wide. And so again, very good counter. I mean, and as you mentioned earlier, Paul, they're very, very quick going forward.
Oh, yeah. They don't. And they go forward in numbers, Gino. It's not just 1 or 2 guys.
No,
there's 3 or 4
filling those passing lanes very, very well, right?
Yeah.
Immediately, into space and putting pressure on as we see that play broken up by Ribeiro.
And there goes Joseph.
He's going to try to find Joseph Long, and Davies going to clear that for FC Dallas.
Yeah, he's going to have a tough time out there because they're marking up tight to Joseph. He's kind of like drifting in the middle again.
Yeah,
getting out of that space.
Yeah, as we see Danny Earls on the ball. Really, Danny has one of his first few touches of the game, really. So we need to get he and Kevin very involved in this as Matty Dolman plays one. Great run by Joseph Nguyen, and they got him in between the center back Cabrera and Davies, and
couldn't handle that kind of nasty bounce actually.
Yeah, difficult one. As we'll see this one again as it comes through, but Matty just size of one touch and just couldn't get there early enough, Paul, to catch it on the ball.
Yeah, to get over it. It kind of hit him in the knee, and but good. I mean, a good situation, and we've got to create more and more of those, Gino, and try and get some shots on this keeper and try and break this Dallas team down as they're. Can't keep losing possession of it, though. Too.
No, I mean we need Jason Johnson to hold on the ball for us. He's he's showing him the ball way too easily right now.
Yep.
And we need you know, if we're going to get Kevin, if we're going to get Danny Earls into play a little bit, we need some people up front to hold on to us and bring some players into the game, and that's been difficult for us so far.
Yep. Kerr's kind of doing that, but as you can see, he's swarmed by 4 shirts from the blue team, and
so, you know,
gets a foul out of it.
Hernandez fouls Kevin Kerr, and the Hounds will have another restart situation.
Another opportunity
with Matty Dahlman trying to serve one from the right flank, and as always, we'll bring up some of the big boys out of the back to try to get on the end of this one.
Well, he can bend this really in hard and curling away from the keeper.
Great delivery. Again, super ball from Matty Dahlman. I think that was
Arena.
No, that was Ribeiro on that one.
Was it Ribeiro?
Yeah, and he got on the end of that one, just could not get it down.
Yeah, kind of was sailing a little bit, Gina.
Yeah,
and
swerving, you know, it's a perfect ball, right where you want on the corner of the 6. But FC Dallas was up with him, and he was well marked. He just went up and got on the end, just couldn't steer it downward. So here we go with Dallas on the goal kick, but that's won by Kevin Kerr, who's not really picking up a lot, and now finds Michael Green in that little slot there. So we're trying to find some lanes into them, and Matty Dahlman's going to be pressured to go wide to Anthony Arena, all the way out to Sterling Flunder on the left.
And Dallas forcing us backwards with the ball all the time, too. You know, it's
yeah, it's still very difficult for us to find any kind of entry pass in, and then when we do, they're right on our head, right there,
closing us down.
Yep.
Yeah,
making it difficult. As Sterling's going to try to play this long one over, and Dallas will again set back, stay organized. But you can see, I mean, one thing I see them doing really, really well as they try to find the Nguyen in, and that's cleared away.
Well, we know Nguyen is not going to win anything in the air either there too often, you know, and he was surrounded again by 2-3 players, and it's going to be difficult for him to do anything because he's got no support either. So,
yeah, I mean, one of the things that we mentioned, Dallas staying very compacted. The lines are very, very good as we see Kevin Kerr try to flick that over Philip Ponder. Is he going to get a corner? And that's going to be the first corner of the game.
This is good. We've had 3 opportunities now down here, and kind of putting some pressure on Dallas. So hopefully somebody can get on the end of this one. As you can see, the 2 defenders have gone up again, Gino and Arena.
Yeah, and Nguyen, you know, right about the 3-yard line. Robbie Vincent, Mike Green inside the 6. And almost got that one near post. So driven ball from Matty Dahlman. And a little bit different of a changeover because usually you see Danny Earls hitting that in-swinger there.
Yeah, and that was a near post ball, but as you can see, Negreño is ahead of the past the first near post, so to get a real good flick on that was kind of got to be.
But that's a dangerous one if you can get
exactly
that one across.
Flick on,
Yep. So a little different look for the Hounds that time. We see a big winner by Hernandez over Nguyen.
I thought the referee let that play on because we got possession of it, but they're going down the left-hand side now.
Well, Hernandez goes for a little mega on Joseph, but it's covered up by Matty Dahlman.
Joseph kind of asking the referee about, because we know the Dallas player had a tug on his shirt, but I don't think the referee got to see it. He was on the wrong side, but trying to make him aware of it, which, again, here's Joseph.
Trying to hold on to it, and I believe that's going to be Dallas ball.
Yeah.
Joseph looking for a little bit of call there. But Joseph's the one guy, too, I think, Paul, that, you know, is always very adept at holding on to that in those tight situations and oftentimes coming away with it.
And creating things,
definitely. Bringing some guys into the game because he has the technical ability and the composure to hold on to it in those tight spaces.
Yeah.
As we see, really, Joseph and Michael Green up very, very high with Jason Johnson underneath, and I'm not sure if that's by design or it's just how if that's what interim coach Nico Cottage wants right now, or that's just how things are looking. I mean, I think, again, the Hounds are trying to find that entry ball inside.
Yep. But again, we got to show for the ball too, Gino, and get some overlapping and crossovers going. They keep making these runs, and then Dallas do a good job of putting us under pressure and forcing us back and backwards from where the ball came. So they can
Hans are really opened up. I mean, Dahlman and Flunder are pushed all the way up to the outside backs. I mean, Johnson, Green, Kevin Kerr are pushed pretty up high. But I'll tell you what, let's just say Matty Dahlman got back. I mean, what we've seen so far here in the 18th, 19th minute is Dallas is very, very quick. So we have to be very careful. We maintain our shape when we lose the ball.
And as you can see there, they close us down as soon as we win it. And there, Johnson trying to battle his way through.
Looking for a call. He's trying to dribble through. I mean, again, Jason's having a tough go, but so far. Pittsburgh Riverhounds FC Dallas. We're in the 19th minute, 0-0. So far, again, great day in the city of Pittsburgh at Highmark Stadium. Hope you are enjoying the match so far. If you just turned in, Riverhounds in gold, FC Dallas in blue and white. And so far, a pretty quiet match, Paul. No great chances either way.
No, not as yet. And here could be one.
Yeah. And Hounds back very, very well on Kobe Spann on that one.
Again, section 105, row C.
That's a nice ball from Dahlman, picking out there. Johnson, he saw him open in the middle of the park. And again, though, we've slowed back down. We have the other opportunity to go forward. And
we go back
slow
again.
Back down and come back again.
Yeah, and Dallas they're going to have no problems with that. So
no, they'll be happy with that all day. Nice ball into Kerr. Kerr looking for somebody again, coming back out with it. There's a nice through ball.
Nice ball. Starting
Great
Flunder
ball.
on the overlap.
Nice
Michael
cut
Green
back.
coming in. Here's Jason Johnson. What can he do with it? He's going to knock it back. Robbie Vincent's going to have a
Great goal.
Rips one into the upper corner.
Boy, he caught that.
Terrific goal. He definitely caught that one. What a goal for Robbie Vincent. 1-0 Hounds over FC Dallas.
Yeah, a couple of nice plays there finally, going down that left-hand side, Gino, and then just looking up and cutting the ball back and then cutting it back again. And Robbie Vincent just coming
Jason Johnson
perfectly.
Lays it off to him, and Robbie Vincent catches that one, puts it on a rope into that upper corner. As we see, lays it back. I thought it was going to be a little bit too far out in front of him. He came right up, and boy, that is a terrific strike for Robbie Vincent, and 1-0 Pittsburgh Riverhounds over FC Dallas.
Yeah, much needed goal for the Hounds now. And again, we got to be a little bit cautious right away because this is the time when you can get scored on in the next first two or 3 minutes, and here come Dallas going down the other way again right now. So trying to close them down. And
but a great start for the Riverhounds, and hopefully a confidence booster.
And here goes a breakaway again.
A little bit of a giveaway there by Acosta, and the Hounds are going to come back on it, but they're right back, and Kevin Kerr gets knocked to the ground. It'll be a foul.
Free kick, yeah.
Yeah,
he just got pushed in the back and tumbled over the top of the ball. The referee and linesman both were aware of that, and here comes Dahlman again, kind of slowing things down, getting a quick one, switching the play.
And they'll elect to go out of that left side, which is where the goal came from. To begin with, and here's another one to Jason Johnson.
Jason there was in two minds. He didn't know whether, I thought if he had a player coming in that he could have laid off to, and kind of like took an extra touch and didn't quite get it under control.
Again, I mean, every time he's shown a little bit too much of the ball, and they're stepping inside and taking care of that. He's had a rough go, except for we'll take that assist any day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But they laid that off very, very well. And as we see, Hollingshed just...
And Dahlman taking off.
Just give it back to the Hounds. Complete unforced error. And here's Vincent and Kerr. Dahlman's out wide on the right flank.
Here comes a good cross in, I would think.
Vincent
Good
finds
ball.
a nice little ball into Kevin Kerr. He's going to have a go, and that's going to be blocked by...
Kevin there taking a shot, Gino, and I thought he's got like three.
There's another giveaway by Hernandez.
There's a great ball in.
Great serve, but
nobody there.
Yeah, I don't know if I think he was trying to reach Joseph Nguyen, or maybe thought he was going to make that run into the near post.
He never moved, did he?
And we'll see how FC Dallas responds to this, Paul, because I think one of the interesting things we saw a couple weeks ago was when we were playing LA Galaxy.
Yeah.
And they came out very well and looked very, very strong, and then all of a sudden a goal and
the tying goal kind of deflated them,
deflated them a little bit, and it wasn't the same. And it's one of the interesting dynamics of this whole USL MLS relationship, where you have the reserve teams coming in for playing for these points, and I know they're both playing for points in their respective leagues, but FC Dallas is not in USL Pro. It's interesting. Obviously, these guys
and
are
they
playing
don't know
for the
what
jobs.
to expect.
They're playing for the jobs, and they're it's part of the reserve system. And,
the Riverhounds Academy Awards.
but
Please report to the 93.7 sign at the 35-minute
we'll see.
That's a bad loss of possession there by
Texera. He's looking for the shot. Yeah, I mean Danny Earls lost it there, and no call. As I think it's a good win by Arena. Texera goes down.
A long ball.
Here's a long one.
And there's
boy, Joseph almost got that one.
Boy, the goalkeeper nearly knocked it right off Joseph, and it would have hit him and probably gone right in the back of the net. Possibility.
Cabrera played that back to Sanchez, and he very, very close to playing it right off of Joseph, which would have been a second goal. Here's a ball into Michael Green. And foul against Hollingshead.
And as you were just saying earlier, Gino, with these teams, like you said, they seem to start off really well. They put a lot of pressure. They look like they know what's going on. Then they get a goal scored against them, and it kind of deflates them. And then all of a sudden, the nerves start jumping in, and they don't want to make any more mistakes.
Boy, it's almost. Do you wonder? Well, this really isn't our league. We're not going to really. And there's Nguyen open. Oh, and Hollingshead just got a flick on with that one, but I think there's an offsides. Flag is up, Paul, for that one.
There's a goal coming up. Going to give us a quick show of it while the goalkeeper's taking
the offsides. As we saw, this is from the goal cam, and you can see that is a scorcher from Robbie Vincent. He caught that as well as you can catch him.
Yeah, he ripped that one on the outside of his right peg and bent it right in the top right-hand corner.
So great shot from the goal cam as we see Robbie rip the back of the net, which we hope he can do that a few more times today, Paul.
Exactly. Anybody will take Jim.
Yeah.
But again, an Ingwood there, Joseph, I thought he should have come to meet the ball. He kind of was backing up instead of kind of trying to get in front of the player. I think he might have got on the end of it, but he didn't. And here we go again now with Riverhounds putting some pressure on Gino, keeping Dallas in their end now.
Yeah, we see, and again, we big confidence booster when the Hounds have that lead, as we see Hollingshead, another unforced error just popped, just give it right back to the Riverhounds. And here's a throw into Jason Johnson, who loses that one.
Nearly read by Dolman.
Yeah, almost won by Dolman. And is that going to be saved? I don't think it is. The flag is up. That's good. Hernandez can't come down with that one. Just a little bit not weighted just quite enough by Hollingshead to find Hernandez moving up the left flank. So here we go with the Hounds again, trying to work that one back.
And again, just calmly knocking it around, waiting for something, somebody to show, some opening to come. And
as we see Danny Earls, there's limited time on the ball so far.
Yep.
He's used to seeing a little bit more of it. Cabrera's going to play a long one up. Mike Green gets a flick on, but I don't think that's going to be any problem for Cabrera as he knocks that back to Sanchez, and Davies will come out from the right side for FC Dallas.
You can see, and Robbie Vincent's kind of pushed way up now, and kind of in front of Joseph. Actually,
there's a good ball. Well, a good idea, I should say, but again, a little bit too quick from Acosta. But you can see that some of the combinations that the FC Dallas reserves are attempting to make there through the midfield, and it's some pretty quick play.
Yep.
but they misfired, and that's probably going to be a foul on Jason Johnson. On Hernandez, it is. I don't know, maybe a talking to, a little bit of verbal warning, yes, but no booking for Jason Johnson. As we see Dallas coming out with that one, we'll see Johnson just
clip him,
catches him on the ankle. That didn't feel good for Hernandez, but hopefully he's back up. So
yeah, lucky he got away without a card there.
Yeah, seriously. So Nguyen deep for the Hounds, looking, and Robbie Vincent calling it.
And Kansas City
back again,
yeah.
and I mean FC Dallas, once they get us going backward, they move up well collectively.
Yeah, we'll really put. I think that's it seems like their system is once the first player goes and starts closing down, Gino, they all kind of like, that's the switch, you know. Let's all get on there and keep them in there. That first player has to make that move, and then they all jump on it.
So,
that's a bad ball.
Yeah, then. Bad ball from Cabrera, and that's going to be tried a long one to Sanchez. But
I'll tell you what, if he'd really caught that and got some more power, he had Sanchez way outside his box. He might have caught him.
So FC Dallas again going right to left on your screen. Hounds left to right in gold. 1-0 Pittsburgh Riverhounds over the FC Dallas, thanks to a brilliant 20-minute strike by Robbie Vincent into the upper corner. And really, Paul, probably the best chance of the day. Really,
yeah, it was a great, well worked play, Gino, where it went down the outside left and cut back and then cut back again. Actually, we only get to see the assisted one, but there was another one before that.
Combinations there that freed up Jason Johnson. Some good interpassing from the part of the Hounds, as that's one is going to come out wide to Philip Ponder, and he's pondering what to do with it.
Yeah.
So as we see, Hollingshead, center midfielder for FC Dallas, trying to, as now the Hounds are back really well collectively and have
got numbers back for sure.
Yeah, got numbers back, and really can see very good shape of their midfield. And big collision
Robbie
there.
Vincent looking for one-on-one. That's a great ball.
Great ball to Johnson. What can he do with it? Here's Cabrera on him.
Nice.
Oh, he turns him around.
I thought he had him there, but
thought he had. Cabrera was on his back, but he still got a piece of Johnson's cutback. So
that was a shame there, because he did have a good move going and didn't quite pull it off, and it looked like he was going to go again down the left-hand side.
Yeah, as we see this one again.
Here, see, the player fell over, so.
And here's Michael Green. Tries to knock that out. I think that's a Hounds throw, and it is. Flag points towards the Riverhounds. And Matty Dahlman will pick that up and find Robbie Vincent. So we see Nguyen moving in.
That's a nice.
He's going to try to switch it all the way over to Kevin Curry. Does. Brilliant 65-yard ball into Jason Johnson.
Jason Johnson standing all on his own there. Nobody even close to him.
Nobody even there.
I think if Kerr could have seen that, he could have probably given him a better service. You know, he could have pulled that down like there. Look, there's not a soul around him. Pulled that down and got a shot right on goal. But a little bit too hard of a pass.
Yeah, and here comes FC Dallas.
Oh, and a break here.
Oh, nice little touch. Oh, good win by Ribeiro.
Boy, that was an opportunity for Dallas. He should have pulled the trigger, I think, with his left peg.
Michael Lish is going to play that one long out here to the flank, and as we see Philip Ponder and Jason Johnson going at it.
Yeah, I think Jason wanted to foul there. He got pushed, kind of felt he was pushed in the back, but the referee didn't see the same thing and let it go on.
So again, we swing it out to Anthony Arena, the really steady, reliable center back, Houston Dynamo loanee product, and a tremendous year, I think, for him, Paul, and for the Hounds. Once he's been up here consistently and had a lot of games consistently, it's his play has just been superb, and
he's done very well for us, Gino. I think and we have an injury to Marshall, who's the other central defender that was playing with him, and they were pretty strong together. And Arena's kind of like taking over that spot right now, and has been winning everything, as Marshall usually does, either or. You know, they always do well.
There's a long one by Robbie
That's a
Vincent.
great ball.
To Matty.
Oh, that's
a quick serve in. Sanchez knocks it out.
And there's another one.
Kevin Kerr.
Boy, keeper there.
Oh, terrific ball. Matty Dahlman on the assist for Kevin Kerr. But Paul, you said it started with Robbie Vincent. Brilliant ball to find Matty Dahlman coming up the right flank. Took it well with his chest. Boom, one time over after he brings it down, and Kevin Kerr standing wide open. 2-0, Pittsburgh Riverhounds over FC Dallas.
And yeah, you're going to see, you know, it's a great ball by Robbie Vincent. Oh, they're not going to we're not going to see that first pass ball.
But Sanchez plays it right out.
And right to the foot of Kerr.
Yeah, and unfortunately it's going to come off the off of Sanchez, so it's going to wipe off assists from Matty Dahlman. But it's it all came from those two.
No, it was a great ball. Here it is. We're going to see a replay on it, and it's a great
Robbie
switch.
Picks his heads up, looks over, plays it, lets Matty Dahlman take his beautifully out of with his chest, and
first time
serves
across.
it over. Sanchez could only parry it, and Kevin Kerr was in the right place at the right time. So, which he has been most of the year. So, great goal for the Riverhounds. 2-0, Riverhounds over FC Dallas. We're here in the 34th minute as we see a free kick coming up for FC Dallas by Kellen Acosta.
This is where we got to be strong, Gino, and pick up real tight and give them no opportunities right away here, and don't let them back on the board, and be great to go in with the 2-0
2-0 lead. Here we go with Acosta. He's going to try to serve that one in. Still not cleared. Still a bit of a scramble. Oh.
Boy, offside.
So 2-0 Riverhounds over FC Dallas. You're watching this contest, this USL Pro contest on YouTube. Every USL Pro regular season and playoff game will stream live on YouTube in 2014. Features include DVR, chat, and social media interactivity. Subscribe for free to the Riverhounds YouTube channel today. So, again, hope you're enjoying this match.
A long ball to nobody. Dallas winning possession of it. And a throw into the Riverhounds. Knocked it off Green, who then it bounced back off the Dallas player. Dahlman with a quick throw in. Green lays it back to Kerr, and Vincent with it again, and just slowing it down, knocking the ball and switching the play.
Yeah, now we're not so worried about the speed of play.
No,
with a 2-0 lead, but we'll see how Dallas reacts. And then we talked about that after the 1-goal lead.
Sure.
And we see Hollinshed come up and strip Robbie Vincent, and he goes forward for the first time this afternoon. He's going to put one across, but well done again. The man on the ball, Anthony Arenas. We mentioned him earlier. Terrific cover for him.
Yeah, he just enough he saw what was going on, and he checked himself and got his foot back to stop that ball continuing on to a player that was wide open on the right side there. But again, we can't be too cautious. We should be cautious still, and still working hard and picking up and making it tough for Dallas. Another long ball in.
And as Jason Johnson comes to win that one, Kevin Kerr does well to bring that back. Now the Hounds are starting to find a little bit more space in the midfield, and as we see Kevin Kerr go forward, beats a player, goes through.
Oh, that was.
I don't think that's any call there. They're going to call a goal kick as Johnson trying to get across. It might have been Hernandez for FC Dallas, and that's going to go out for a goal kick.
It just made it very difficult for Johnson. He was in stride and kind of ran into him, but a referee's probably not going to get a penalty kick for that.
You're not going to get that one. So as we see Sterling Flunder play all the way back to Michael Lish.
Switches
serve it over. Good ball to Matty Dahlman. Tries to flick on to Johnson. And
looks like
trying to get it started for FC Dallas. Down 2-0, maybe their energy level has dropped a little bit as far as them pressing us and denying us passing lanes as they were that first 20 minutes or so, Paul.
Yeah, that's right, Gino. And it looks like, and they're not in a super rush to go forward either, and you'd think maybe he's told them to calm it down again, and don't get caught on the counter attack or something. But they're not, as you can see, they're not penetrating like they were before. They're just keeping possession.
Yeah, and it's just tremendous work, as always, from Kevin Kerr trying to close some guys down. There's a good step in from Barrows. He takes that away from Jonathan Topp, and the Hounds are going to come out on the left flank again with Sterling Flunder, looking for some movement.
Yep, playing it backwards, and Vincent will do the switch.
Another great switch from Robbie Vincent to Matty Dahlman.
Boy, it's good to see that again.
With Johnson, yeah, we're really getting Matty much more involved than we have in recent weeks, Paul, and that's all come from Robbie Vincent, who plays another good ball to Joseph Nguyen. Can he reach Dahlman there? He cannot. But you know, that combination of Robbie Vincent to Matty Dahlman is what we saw a lot of last year, which helped Matty Dahlman lead the league in assists.
Yes, exactly, Gino, and it worked every time. And we've only seen it 2 or 3 times this season because Dahlman's been playing right fullback and kind of like in a different position, thinking he was going to get space up the wing. But I'm wondering if Dallas are going to try and counter that soon and get somebody out here marking him, because as you can see again, he's wide open right now.
Mm-hmm. And Dallas, we said, looked like, you know, with the 3, they were doing a very good job of squeezing the field and really pressuring us over there and denying those lanes inside. But that has opened up the flank a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, here he is again. He's open.
A player of Robbie's technical ability, he's going to be able to switch the point of attack and get it out there.
And find people, yeah. And here he is with the ball again. He's looking to, and again, his first look is over his shoulder, and he's seeing if Dahlman's taking off down the right side. But
which Matty has. I mean, they really opened this up well. I mean, we see, Matty pushed that. Now Matty dropping into familiar spot for him when he was at midfield, and Kevin Kerr coming up the right flank. So Dahlman and Kerr keeping the thing moving for the Hounds, and Robbie Vincent finds it again. Now good movement, Danny Earls, good movement for the Hounds, and now FC Dallas forced to sit back a little bit more.
Yeah,
Paul,
and Dallas getting everybody back again, and a lot of blue shirts in their own half. Just one player up front, and again, Dahlman coming with the ball and looking for that nice ball in.
A good entry ball into Mike Green. He can't.
And Greeny doing well. Great
he's
cross.
Serve one in to Nguyen, almost gets there, but FC Dallas is going to come back, and the Riverhounds are going to retain possession with Anthony Arena back out wide to Matty Dahlman.
And here comes another one.
We have numbers all over, and Sanchez is going to have that one. And again, USL, great USL Pro contest here in the 41st minute between the Riverhounds and FC Dallas. Riverhounds up 2-0 as we see
this crossing, and Nguyen just can't get his foot on that one.
FC Dallas on the attack with first to Kobe Span, and they're looking to find some space, but
nice ball. Player wide open.
And Hollingshead heads right to Michael Lish. He's going to come out of it. You're watching this USL Pro Soccer. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter, scores, stats, and more exclusively on USLProSoccer.com. You can also visit USL Pro fan page on Facebook at Facebook.com/USL Pro and at USL Pro on Twitter for all the latest updates. So continue following us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and find out what's going on in this exciting USL Pro season, which obviously, Paul, as we talked about, is going to go right down to the wire.
Yeah, that opportunity there by Hollingshead was wide open, Gino, and just headed it right into Mike Lish's chest, actually, and had a great opportunity to get
it looks like he really couldn't
board.
get the power on it he wanted, Paul.
No.
Maybe just a little bit late, and just was able to direct it on goal, but couldn't get the power to get it really back across the goal and beat Michael Lish. So this important result. I mean, if this obviously the Riverhounds want to maintain this lead.
Yeah, badly, and there's a quick one down the left side.
2-0 win would put them again right back up into the mix.
Yep.
Fighting for that spot.
And I think the officials
giving the Hounds 29 points, which would be again just 1 point out of that eighth and final playoff spot. So
it's a corner kick.
A lot of games left, and certainly a lot left to be played in this match. But a great start here in the first half for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Yeah, as you say, though, there's still another half to go. But I mean, obviously, right here, don't let this team back into it. What the heck happened there? Mike Glish had hit him in the went through his arms and hit him in the chin or chest.
Corner, and
boy, that was a gift.
That's a complete gift to
Dallas, and we were just saying.
We see this one again. Dallas played short.
Nice bending
ball in. It just went right through his arms and
hit him in the face.
Like,
I think.
15 Kobe Spann nodded that home. I mean, a lot of rotation on the ball, obviously. Sometimes it fools a goalkeeper, but
yeah, that's a real simple mistake there that shouldn't be happening in
not at this
standard.
No.
And again, we just said that there's a lot of time left in this game, and 2 minutes.
Yeah, you don't need to give a team of this caliber a little gift like that. So I'm sure Michael Bliss feels terrible about it, and I'm sure he will make some big saves before this game is over for us.
Definitely, and as we say, going in here to the last minute and a few seconds, but letting Dallas back on the board, we shouldn't want to do that. But anyway, it's history. We just got to keep on playing and keep on doing the things that's been working for us, Jay.
So 2-1, 45th minute, Pittsburgh Riverhounds over FC Dallas. I think that's a goal kick. Kevin Kerr is saying something to the assistant referee over there. There's a little bit of a tussle between he and Hernandez, but no call.
He shoved the player into the ball to try and get a corner kick, and that was going to be a free kick right away, if nothing else. But referee just letting him take a goal kick.
So we getting pretty close to halftime here. Again, 2-1 Riverhounds over FC Dallas, and
I don't think there's very much overtime here.
No, I don't think there'll be any. I don't think there'll be much out of time. As we see Hollingshed on the ball battling, and he plays one there.
And here's a dangerous situation.
There's Hollingshed. Oh, cleared away again. Another. Oh my goodness, David Texera.
David Texera. Boy, if he just had some composure there, he could have probably side-footed that ball.
I think he was trying to see if he could knock the goalpost back or something. Yeah. It was pretty fortunate. But is there a deflection on that? There must have been a deflection for a corner kick, Paul.
Boy, it didn't seem that way, did it? He seemed like he was wide open.
And maybe that's why it went up so high.
Yeah, because somebody
got a foot on it, and here's. I think it was out before that, Paul. Is what happened.
Got you.
Yeah, I think it was out before. As we see Garcia taking the corner here.
And we don't want to let
FC Dallas. So the Hounds got to be tight. And there's a free one. Spilled again by Lish, but he collects that rebound.
Boy, Todd Jonathan just hit that ball right back to Mike Lish. It came right to him and kicked it right back into his hands. I mean, what another great opportunity for Dallas.
As we see that one, that was dangerous. Boy, that would have been disastrous.
Yes.
As we see a free header there.
5 yards, 3 yards out.
Lish played it down, but collected the rebound. So we hope you enjoyed the first half of this USL Pro contest between the Pittsburgh Riverhounds and FC Dallas. Hounds on top, 2-1. We'll return in a few minutes for the start of the second half. Stay with us. See you in about 15 minutes.
With just a few weeks left in the season, #1 Cochrane Summer Savings Finale is here. They're offering amazing model year and end savings plus $750 extra for your trade. You've heard about their clearly better way to buy a car. Well, now's the clearly better time. Hurry into any of their 15 dealerships because like the soccer season, these offers end soon. Visit them in Robinson Township, Monroeville, Allegheny Valley, and the North and South Hills, or Cochran.com.
Do that camera read real quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, each year the Riverhounds donate unused soccer equipment to the children of the Cameroon Football Development Program. CFDP employs a distinct approach to educating and empowering youth in Cameroon, which combines educational lessons and discussions with soccer drills and games in a positive, uplifting atmosphere. Please join us in assisting this program at the September 6th match by bringing any lately used soccer equipment and clothing you would like to donate. Is that?
Tell them to get Jason on camera. Check that microphone. Check the microphone.
What about the mic?
Make sure it's on.
It is on, the green light's up.
Okay. Do go ahead and do that Riverhounds Academy read now. Let's start it. Start your clock, Doug.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to recognize and honor the players from our academy. Riverhounds CEO Jason Cutney will make the presentations.
Thank you for coming out on a beautiful Sunday afternoon at Highmark Stadium. A great day for soccer. Ready to be up by a goal. Hopefully more in the second half. Today we're honoring Riverhounds Academy, all the families that put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, energy, and spend their days and nights with us here at Highmark Stadium and our different facilities. It's a great opportunity for us to recognize a few specific players who we feel have gone above and beyond. However, it's important to recognize all the players that are involved in our academy because the families and the support that you give them, our coaching staff, the love and support and technical skill that we try to provide for them, and for their effort, energies, I feel first we need to recognize everyone here who's involved in our academy with a great round of applause. We're going to jump right into this. They told me I had 10 minutes not to go over. So we'll start with the players of the year. Starting with the futures on the girls' side. Sierra Dupree. And on the boys' side, Ethan Boyd-Cherna. At the Academy Prep girls, Anna Marie Williams. And on the boys' side, Cameron Hernandez. At the 9-10 girls level, player of the year, Tatum Gretz.
John and Amy, they're complete. You guys are
And on the
completely
boys'
back in
side,
my lower
Anna
camera.
Feinstein.
Tell Jason to move towards the field a little bit more.
At the 11-12 girls level, Faith Mealy. Faith is not here, probably holding juggling.
Go ahead,
right now.
front face
And
up.
on the boys' side, Zoe Peterson. At the U13 girls level, Sydney Snyder. And on the boys' side, Pablo Alvarez. Pablo recently signed with the Houston Dynamo Academy. He's not here tonight. At the U14 girls level, Alexis Kendro.
Tell him he can slow down a little bit.
And on the boys' side, Matthew Stuck.
Bench. Right in the middle. Cable guy. Sorry, I see the back of you. Tell him he can slow
At
down a
the
little bit.
U15 girls level, Amanda Palin. And on the boys' side, Max Silver. Max recently signed with the Philadelphia Union Academy. He's now with us. At the U16 girls level, player of the year, Mikhail Livingston. And on the boys' side, Tyler Chisty.
Back of your head.
This is Matt.
Okay, Matt. John and Amy are completely standing in front of our cameras.
Where should I tell them to move?
Like Amy needs to
And now
duck
on
down
to a
or
viewed in the most improved player. We have 2 these awards are amongst all players in our academy, all ages. The most improved player on the girls' side, Elena Volnova. And on the boys' side, Jeff Pergola.
We're just going to cycle through them all when we're done.
Next up is the Abbott Award. The Abbott Award is given out to a player that has that X factor that comes in every day with a positive attitude and truly treasures every moment on the field and shows their play. On the girls' side, Chloe Cropper. And on the boys' side, Matthew Dog. Next up is the Spartan Award. Spartan Award named for the Strength and Speed Academy Performer of the Year. On the girls' side, Lexi Gray.
Strength and speed.
Strength, Lexi. And on the boys' side, Luke Stevens. The Junior Spartan Award on the girls' side goes to Faith Mealy. Faith is not with us today. And on the boys' side, Cole Kelly. Next up is the Comeback Player of the Year. Players that unfortunately have had some injuries. Worked to get back on the field and truly have shown us what they're all about. On the girls' side, Michaela Mance and Maggie Colson. And on the boys' side, Ben Vester. Ben is not with us today. The Rising Star Award goes to a young player that we just see so much potential in that it's kind of scary. On the girls' side, Mia Buda. And on the boys' side, Evan McIntyre. Rescue Awards, the Newcomer of the Year, player that stepped into our academy and has truly made an instant impact. On the girls' side, Izzy Boyd. On the boys' side, Markello Apriatos. This year we were fortunate to open a new academy in Connellsville, which this winter will have a whole new look and feel to it, much bigger and better. We were an awesome start to the season last year, and we have a few awards for players out in Connellsville as well. For the Player of the Year, Hannah Nelson. Best fan of group as well. On the boys' side, Dylan Seaman. For the Rising Star in Connellsville, Emily Garcia. And Jonathan Tealsh. Lastly, we're going to honor the RDA teams. This was the first year we had RDA teams on the boys and girls side, 15 and 16 and on. And we were fortunate enough to have some teams that really did well regionally and nationally. First team will honor the under 13 boys team, who won the Bethesda tournament, as well as the U.S. Club Mid-Atlantic region. Next up would be our under 16 girls. Last year won the national championship. This year, Disney Showcase runner-up, Jefferson Cup champions,
No for Chris.
Adidas
Hey, we're still
Collegiate
on our time clock, right?
champions,
You're not going to change the
ASL
time?
regular
No, we're good.
season champions, ASL championship
We're good.
winner, and U.S. Club Super Group Southeast Regional champions.
I held it off the top for an extra 2 minutes. All right, well, I'm going to tell the team, they have a 5-minute warning, so I'll wait another 2 minutes then. Oh, no, you're good. No, I'm
And
saying,
last up, the
this is the last team we're
under 15 girls,
introduced, so they can come out whenever they want.
who this year won
Okay,
the
thanks.
ASL Showcase. They were runners-up at the Disney Showcase. They were ASL champions. And last but not least, U.S. Club Premier Group National champions.
And, like every group shot, there's a still photographer bag and video.
And finally, for ASL champions, the 14 girls pre-academy Century United Riverhounds.
Don't follow the cameraman now. Yellow to the right of them,
And the 15 boys RDA ASL champions.
the black to the right.
And again, thank you very much. We really appreciate you coming out, supporting us. We're working our butts off to be in the playoffs this year. We need your help, obviously. 45 minutes left in this game, which will set us on our way. So thank you very much for all your support. We greatly appreciate it.
Skip our rock. Let's just start running through these.
Welcome back, everyone, to Highmark Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Beautiful Sunday afternoon and for this USL Pro contest between FC Dallas Reserves and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. I'm Gene Klein with Paul Child. Paul, pretty well played, exciting first half with the Hounds up 2-1. We'll see a few of the highlights, I believe, coming up here before we kick off. But, some great goals from the Riverhounds and a fluky win for Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, not a good way to end that first half of the game, but hopefully they're not going to come out. They're going to come out and be awake.
Yeah, it was disappointing. We'll see. Here's the first goal. Great strike from Robbie Vincent. Crushes that into the upper 90. Rips the back of the net. Beautiful thing. Right on a perfect line.
Keeper have no chance.
No chance for that one. I mean, superb strike by Robbie Vincent. Laid off nicely by Jason Johnson. We see a couple of the other plays here. But here's the second one. Great ball from Robbie Vincent. Chested down by Matty Dolman. Plays down. Plays over. Sanchez tries to parry it out, and it goes right to Kevin Kerr, who rips that rebound over. But here's the FC Dallas goal. A swerve ball in. It literally goes right through the hands of Mike Lish and bounces off his chest, face, and Kobe Spann puts that down. I don't know what happened with that. It took his eye off. As we looked, he might have been looking up into the sun with that one, Paul.
I don't know
what happened, but unfortunate for Michael Lish and certainly for the Riverhounds. They can't afford a gift like that, and we'll see how it affects both teams here to start the second half.
And we haven't seen Lish do anything like that this season either, Gino. It seemed like you say, maybe it was the sun or
I don't know. It just took his eye off it or whatever. It looks like no changes for the Hounds, Paul, and we'll double check with FC Dallas. But I don't see anything for them also. So, as we see Robbie Vincent, who had a terrific first half for the Riverhounds. Again, FC Dallas in blue and white, they're on the ball now. Hounds in gold. And we see FC Dallas streaking forward. And that is Kobe Spann. He lays that one back to Texera, and still FC Dallas on the ball to Spann. Looking for something, a little bit of an overlap. Spann trying to find somebody. That's touched by Hollings. That cuts it back into Robbie Vincent. He's going to win that one for the Riverhounds. Cleared away, but FC Dallas will retain possession.
And as we said, I thought, Dallas coming out, going right at us. And, he looked
again, we said very little changes. A quick review of the lineups for FC Dallas. Richard Sanchez in the goal. Hernandez, Cabrera, Ponder, Davies in the back top. Hollingshead, Acosta, Garcia in the midfield. Spann and Texera are pushing up high. Garcia also pushes up high, and what appears to be they got three up top. For the Hounds, Flunder, Ribeiro, Arena, Dahlman in the back. Nguyen, Earls, Vincent, Kerr, Green. In the midfield, Jason Johnson as a striker, but as we have mentioned, we see a lot of mobility with the Hounds, with Nguyen and Michael Green pushing up almost as three strikers. So we'll see how this plays out, and we start the second half, 47th minute. Riverhounds 2, FC Dallas 1. Dallas scoring late again off a short corner, played it. A short one back, ball was swerved in. Michael Lish could not hand it, spilled it down, and Spann got a gift for it. One of the easiest goals he'll ever have, I'm sure.
Exactly. It came right off the line, and he just had to nod it across the line. But, and Mike Lish couldn't do a thing about it.
No.
But obviously, one of those things that he's just got to forget about and just continue playing and not make any more mistakes.
And as we mentioned it earlier at the beginning of the game, as we see Robbie Vincent on it, just a huge match for the Hounds. They need desperate for 3 points to stay in playoff contention. Right now the Hounds second from the bottom, but if this result holds, Paul, we're 1 point out of the playoff mix in 8th place. So they need to play smart, and they need to make sure there's no more
No more mistakes.
No more mistakes, and see if they can get a third one. So we've seen Nguyen does well, but he is.
Boy, the referee's looking right at it, and the player drags his heel.
Did you? I didn't. I mean, Nguyen's down. He's still down.
Yeah, the player caught him on the heel and
I kind of thought he. I wasn't sure if there was a slip there, as we see that one cleared away by Ribeiro.
And again, with Dallas got a throw in there over the far left side, and going on his feet again and getting back. But
yeah. As we see, shot taken by Dallas, cleared away by Arena. Texera tried to get that one off, but it was blocked. Kevin Kerr for the Riverhounds, and there's Matty Dahlman on the ball. So Dahlman had a strong game from the back so far at right back, really pushing forward. As we see the other fullback, Sterling Flunder, pushing up now from the left side. A lot of space, and again, Robbie Vincent, the distributor there. Sterling Flunder gets a move on. Can he get that one in? That's going to be closed down. But still, second ball comes up. No one there, but Hernandez will have to put it out for a corner for FC Dallas.
Yeah, that was a good job there. Persistent by Flounder, and kept on it, and got the ball back and got another cross in. Couldn't pick out a player, and but dangerous situation. Dallas clearing it out.
So we see another corner for the Riverhounds.
There's the play.
The first of the second half.
Nice
That's
move.
Sterling, he stays with that one, gets another one across, and we'll see Hernandez, although really unopposed, he had no choice but to put that one to safety, and we'll see Matty Dahlman. Can the Hounds pull one out? That's going to be cleared away by Texera and flicked on by Dallas and come back out to Sterling Flunder's going to knock one back in, and Dallas looks for offside, but they keep the flag down because Sanchez will have possession.
And a long ball. And Arena, is that?
Ribeiro.
No, Ribeiro, sorry. They look alike. But Ribeiro there getting on the end of that one, just clearing it up in the end.
That's a
nasty
dangerous
ball right in.
Matty Dahlman tracking Danny Garcia. Garcia could not bring that one down, but that was a dangerous ball.
That was a great opportunity again there, and boy, if he'd just kept that down, or maybe even took a touch on, try and get his chest on it, and because the player was behind him, they couldn't get to the ball. He might have got a touch and got a shot off, but again, a great opportunity, and Dallas have had a few of those, Gino, right on the goal line or real close, and haven't put them away, and it might come back to haunt them.
As we see Jason Johnson winning that one for the Hounds. He has a little bit of space on the left side. Takes a touch.
And I don't know whether he got hit or he got deflected, but
he's just frustrated or whatever, but he put that one. Yeah, not a good service. As we see Dallas coming out of the back. And there's
boy, and a missed kick
poor giveaway by Acosta.
Oh, what a chance.
Jason Johnson, can he do something with it? Oh, great save actually by Sanchez. Really made himself long and big on that one, and
I don't know, Gino. I thought Johnson maybe should have hit that maybe with his right foot quicker.
I think he did it quicker. He took again. It seemed we see with Jason Johnson maybe a little bit extra touch.
We're going to see it right here, as you can see.
He tried to flick it over with his left, but Sanchez. Give all the credit to Sanchez. I think on that one he
made himself
he
nice
did
and
well,
big.
But horrendous giveaway by Kellen Acosta. There, he tried to play with the outside of his boot. I don't know if he caught more turf than ball, but played it right to the Hounds, and we set Jason Johnson free.
Oh, nice turn.
Well done by Greeny, who gets that one out to Kevin Kerr, who's finding some space on the right flank. He's going to serve one to Johnson, winding up for the volley. Sterling Flunder going to have a go. So we see the Hounds really pushing forward with their outside backs ball with both Sterling Flunder and Matty Dahlman's not afraid to push for the third goal.
No, and we need to, Gino. I think we just got to do that for safety and get another one in there. And here comes across and right to Vincent. Nice move.
Can he have another good strike? And that one's blocked that time by Acosta. Got a piece on that one. And boy, I'll tell you, when Robbie winds up and gets his body shape and motion for a shot, it's going to be a good strike.
Yep.
As that's cleared away by Eric Davies, I believe.
And obviously his confidence flowing from scoring that first one, so he's not worried about taking the chance. And here comes a throw in here for the Hounds.
So 54th minute, 2-1 Pittsburgh Riverhounds over FC Dallas. Hounds looking to try to find a way to get that third one. Dallas, of course, looking for an opportunity to try and get the tying goal. As we see Joseph Nguyen on the ball, plays out wide again to Matty Dolman.
There's that cross.
Great, good serve in.
And
Cleared away by Cabrera for FC Dallas. And Acosta, or Span heads it right to Nguyen, and that's going to be a free kick as Nguyen gets stepped on.
Yeah, real awkward there. I don't know what was going on there. Number 15.
Nguyen's taking a couple knocks here, especially in the second half. Yeah, we see Span.
You can see here he catches his foot, and not much in it, really, to be honest with you.
Yeah, not a lot there, but
we'll take the free kick.
We'll take the free kick, and we see two guys who have the ability to put the ball right on the money, and that would be Matty Dolman and Danny Earls. So we're gonna have an in-swing. Oh, Dolman's gonna take a kick one. There's Green.
Oh, wide open! Boy, no more.
No, Pittsburgh Riverhounds, great ball.
Just what they were looking for, Gino. We said we needed that third goal, and really a nice ball right on it.
Mike Green comes right in, person completely unmarked off the service from Matty Dolman, who takes that very alertly, very quickly. And FC Dallas, as we see it, he takes it, boom. Green completely unmarked, boom, has the whole goal to look at, and he puts it there in the upper corner. Sanchez looking for an offside, but he better be looking for his defenders, because that was really poorly marked by FC Dallas.
Green got on the inside of his defender, and the defender never realized it until he was 3 yards away from him.
The whole Dallas team was sitting there sleeping, and Dolman took the kick. They were not ready for that. He took it very quickly. So very alert play by Matty Dolman.
Referee calling it back to play was.
Very alert play by Matty Dolman. It's 3-1 Pittsburgh Riverhounds over FC Dallas, and the Hounds were alert and prepared, and FC Dallas was watching the boats go by in the river, I think.
Looked like it, but it's what they needed, definitely. Gino's been saying
that's huge to recapture that 2-goal margin, Paul, at this stage, as we're here in the approaching the 57th minute, and that's a nice little to really be very, very patient with the ball.
Yeah, and work it and play this out, and obviously get some other opportunities, because you can see that I'm sure Dallas is going to try and push forward, especially in a little bit later in this game, but just to try and get back on the board, as long as we don't make any silly mistakes again.
So we'll see how this continues, as we see Robbie Vincent, who another great serve over to Matty Dolman, and who flicks one over to Kevin Kerr, and that's going to be won by Hernandez out there. And Paul, Robbie Vincent's been all over this place with.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, his distribution really has been impeccable, and not only that, he's not making 5-yard passes. He's making 55-yard passes,
or
and
longer,
he's putting it right on the money.
Yeah, he's having a great game today, and probably one of the best players on the park at the moment. And as you say, he's hanging around in that central midfield, and when he does get it, he's looking not just to Dolman, he's looking to the left as well for Flounder, but Dolman's his usual target.
Yeah, so we'll see how Dallas responds to this. I really didn't see any urgency when they were down 2-0.
No.
And we gave them a gift, as we see Johnson looking to try to beat some people, and is going to flick that back to Danny Earls, who's going to take on FC Dallas, and that's going to be broken up by Hollingshead for FC Dallas.
And no real need to do that, Gino. Could have come back out, started it again. We were on the edge of the box, so why can't pressure? You can see there's about four blue shirts in front of you. It's very difficult to get through them, so just start it up and working it again. But
but Paul, right there, back to FC Dallas, was pretty wasted ball down the flank. I mean, I have not seen, and it's again one of the interesting dynamics between MLS and USL.
Yep.
Sergio Abdallah,
It's this. I gotta think if this is a USL pro team, they're ratcheting up a couple notches here, and we haven't seen that from Dallas. We talked about that with the Galaxy 2 in here a few weeks ago. We haven't seen that, so it's interesting the interleague play and
how they're totally different.
How that works out, yeah. So, but hey, credit to the Pittsburgh Riverhounds for really scoring some, 3 great goals.
Oh,
Paul.
yeah, they have been really good, well taken, well worked, and again, just pressuring down here on the left side now, and Dallas kind of standing and watching.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And here they go again.
Mike Green going forward. Sterling Flunder tries to play him, but Cabrera will show that one out of bounds.
Not one of the better balls, too, from Flounder. Kind of a tough ball to get to. He needed to knock it nice and deep, but because Green we know he can fly, and he could have probably caught that, but didn't have an opportunity with that one.
Big Red Girls Soccer.
So Richard Sanchez, really, I can't say he's at fault for any of the goals. I mean, the second one did he get a hand on, but that was a great cross from Matty Dahlman, and he could only really parry. That would have been a difficult one to hold on to.
And there's Vincent again, switching it to Kerr
Switching
this time.
to Kevin Kerr, and Kevin's going forward.
Oh, nice
look at
little
this,
ball.
a lot open. Danny Earls, great little interpassing now. Greeny, can he hold on to it and make a play? Finds Kevin Kerr. Tremendous movement now on the part of the Riverhounds.
Nice move.
Here comes Sterling Flunder. He's going to have a go. That's going to be off the back of Eric Davies, and the FC Dallas is going to lose it again.
And there we go. And
Anthony Arena trying to keep it alive with Kerr. Tries to turn it back in to Eric Davis.
Boy,
and there'll be a foul there on Jonathan Topp, I believe.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration there for Dallas. They kind of want it back and then give it away, and then it just cracked him in the back of the legs.
Yeah. So we see that one there, and yeah, that's definitely a foul.
Yep. For
Davis, and we'll see Robbie Vincent this time on the ball, and
Danny Cook.
And it looks like Danny Earls is going to come out for Alfonso Montegavan. Will enter the match.
Kind of plays the same position as Earls. Gino plays in the midfield, defensive more.
Yeah, a little more defensive-minded.
Yeah.
But great, as we see a ball served into the.
And Dallas winning it back and getting it up front and getting closed down. We've got numbers back, so getting more numbers back as Dallas are trying to go down this right-hand side and lays it back for 37, who's knocking it into the middle. And
we'll see Hollingshead playing it out wide. I would think with there's a good serve in. Sterling Flunder wins that one. Span finds it. And won by Alfonso.
Yeah, just stole that away from the player. And Johnson checking
does
there.
Well there to come back and keep that one.
That's what we need to see him do more of too, Gino, because that's what he's got to do: keep it, hold it, and knock it back. Don't lose possession of it.
Yeah, so I think that Coach Nico Cottage is really with the insertion of Alfonso, he's going to hold a little bit more in that particular spot. Probably hold in front of the two central defenders. Type of player that
it just
continues possession, keeps the play moving a little bit, and
doesn't go too far forward, does he? Unless it's a free kick or a corner
we'll
kick.
Try to, and really we'll just try to hold in front there, and that one's is stripped away by Dallas as we see a little bit of race going on with Hernandez, and well done by Ribeiro back to Michael Lish.
And we were just talking about Alfonso and he got stripped of the ball there, but it didn't usually happen to him in that respect. But Dallas winning it back, and obviously trying to get some momentum going here, Gino, with the in the 64th minute, and trying to get back into this game. But this is where the Riverhounds have just got to be patient and conservative and keep possession.
And like I said, with that 2-goal cushion, it's a lot easier for them to do that.
Yep.
And one of the things also we had talked about again as how the game has changed is the first 20 minutes there were no lanes available for the Riverhounds, and they were forced to really play very, very slow. We felt that they were forced to play very slow because there wasn't a lot of room by
Dallas.
Now they're finding all kinds of space in the midfield.
Dallas were doing very, very well at just making all those lanes shut down and picking up tight whenever we got the ball, putting pressure on them, on the Riverhounds, and that seems to have disappeared now.
Yeah, they're a little bit stretched, and we see Vincent, we see Kerr finding a lot of space in the midfield, finding those little seams and little pockets in front of the back four where they can now turn with the ball spin and try to find some people going forward. Here's a ball back to Texera, but that's poked away by Anthony Arena.
A great ball to
Johnson. And now there's a counter. Can the Gwenya do something with it? Plays to Johnson. Cuts it back nicely. But that's going to be shut down by Hollingshead.
Yeah, could have been simple, but it went for the difficult.
Kept it going the other way, and he cut it right back into pressure. Actually,
picked a difficult direction and got stripped, but he's won it back again here. So it's back and forth at the moment.
Yeah, but again, Hounds and are going to try to hold it, and it's the really try to do as we enter the 66th minute to really just
keep possession.
Keep possession. So Joseph Nguyen on the ball for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. To Ribeiro. So again,
immediately following tonight's game,
there's Jason Johnson. Can't hold on to that one. Here comes Dallas. And they've slowed down a lot.
Yeah,
too. The first 20 minutes they were buzzing, flying, and they have slowed it down.
And we got to remember, we're in an air-conditioned booth here, and when we did step outside, it was pretty warm and humid. So I think that's having its toll too, Gino.
Yeah.
On these guys. So
the sun's beating down pretty hard out there. I think it was about 84 when we came in. Beautiful day, but.
And it's a lot easier for the team that's winning as well.
Yeah,
you don't feel the heat as much.
3-1 Pittsburgh. Yeah, for sure. When you're up 2, the heat's not nearly as bad.
Wow.
So again, 67th minute. Although on the screen it says looks like we're 3 minutes behind, but
I think that clock's wrong.
We are in the 67th minute here at Highmark Stadium. Another free kick, same spot, Paul, for that third goal.
Yep.
Or close to it anyway, with Matty Dahlman looking. We see Greeny and some others coming in. He's going to whip that one in. Sanchez has to box that one away. And let's see if Dallas can counter and get some numbers out here. And they come through with Kobe Span, and he's going to.
They've got some numbers up
there.
too.
They had some numbers, yeah, going. And
some players that are open.
Going. As we see top on the ball forward. Tries to slip one through, and they had some numbers there. But again, Hounds back very well, Paul. Very well back collectively. Especially, I liked our midfield getting back there very well. Good transition for them.
Yeah, they making it very difficult for Dallas. But here's a great switch on here. Yep. Player with a lot of room. And
that's Eric Davis. He's going to swerve that one in. Well, just cannot connect with Danny Garcia. Just misses him. I think we're going to see a first substitution of the match. Johnny Arteaga coming on. I would expect that he's going to come on for
Green,
Jason Johnson, I would think.
Oh, he is, yeah. I was looking at Green, the way he's getting back. He looks pretty tired, too.
Yeah. Jason Johnson doing the slow walk across the field. And Johnny Arteaga will come up.
He's mainly a striker, same position that Johnson.
Yeah, so that's a straight swap for the Hounds. Johnson, a lot of work today, and see what Johnny Arteaga can bring. And Pretty much been a reserve role for him for most of the season. Got him last year from the Red Bulls, and for Johnny, unfortunately, he's been
got some
been
injury
hampered
problems,
with some injuries both years. Yeah, and really, I don't think we've ever seen him in the rhythm that he would have liked. Here's a ball from Alfonso Montagavon looking for Nguyen, but that's going to be cleared out by Dallas.
Yeah, a little bit too floaty, that ball. And
Yeah.
you could read it really easily. It's got to be driven if you're going to get that through. But Dallas coming down and coming at us, and somebody's got to step out and
Right.
make it difficult for
Well,
them.
there's one crossed over by Jonathan Top, but Hounds are going to clear. Again, Nguyen to Robbie Vincent, to Montagavon, to Mike Green. And Hounds do a good job of coming out of the back, keeping possession without much difficulty. As Alfonso Montagavon swings it out to Matty Dolman, and Hounds will be very, very content right now just to
Keep hold of it.
just keep hold of the ball. If you know, if FC Dallas is going to sit back and they're down two goals, and they're going to sit back at the, really at the, 10 yards ahead of midfield. And the Hounds have a 2-goal lead. I think they'll be very, very content with that.
Yep.
But that's not a good one there from the Hounds, just to give it right back to Dallas on a long ball, keep possession of the ball, and
Exactly. No rush to go there, Gene.
No, none
That's
at
a
all.
problem. Dallas coach getting onto his players a little bit to get the momentum, pick the momentum up here, and it looks like he's probably going to get a substitution on I think, right now, and another player for Dallas.
yeah, it looks like they're going to make their first substitution here.
Some fresh legs trying to pick it up.
Try
I
to
would
get
think
something going here.
in the 71st minute. That's about the time you can get somebody in there that can still have some time to get a feeling.
We'll see what Dallas can do. We see them running forward with Garcia. Oh, there's Span. He's just a wide open guy there. No, not taking away. Garcia again rips.
Hits
And
his own
I
player.
think that hit Jonathan Top. Yeah, he didn't get out of there at all. Just really pretty.
Hit him right in the back, and
A little lackadaisical getting out of there.
yeah, here's a replay of that.
Yeah,
Play
Span kind of caught that one too, a little bit too slow with that. Got it caught at his feet. There's one that is blocked, and yeah, it hits
him right
Top.
in the back. Yeah,
Don't know why he was still there, but the Riverhounds will take that block because that would have been a dangerous one right on frame, I believe.
You can also visit the USO Pro fan page on Facebook at facebook.com.
So it looks like they're going to make their Riverhounds are going to make, or excuse me, FC Dallas will make their first substitution as Alex Radilla will be on for Jonathan Top, who
just blocked that shot.
just saved the Riverhounds from a shot on goal.
There goes Robbie to Joseph, lays it back, and again just content to keep possession back there now. Long ball in, great ball over there. Oh, Johnny there just needed maybe 6 inches longer foot, and he might have got a touch past the defender and gone one-on-one with the keeper, and still battling away there trying to win it back. And good to see him buzzing around too, Gino.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to see him too often, and he's really working a little bit, which we needed up front. Some people showing, for the ball, and he seems to be trying to do that.
So Johnny, again, taking undoubtedly want to take the most of these minutes and make it productive, and
Yep.
try to work his way back in the lineup here for these last couple games. I know
There
it's
he
been a
is
little
on
bit
the ball
frustrating with some muscle pulls and soft tissue stuff, and there's a good one in to Nguyen. Matty Dahlman finding him no problem, but that was
No power on
right,
it.
yeah, couldn't get much on that one. Here's Span 1-2 with he and Texera, and that's going to be cleared away by the Riverhounds, and it'll be a throw in for Danny Garcia for FC Dallas, and he's going to leave it for Hernandez. Hernandez will come up for that one.
Dallas really not shoving everybody up. I mean, they're kind of like
Yeah, they got
still staying back a little bit. They've got 4 guys in the box, but we've got 6 Riverhounds, and it's a long throw in, and won by a Alfonso, I think. And
that won't come to Michael Lish, and he deals with that one cleanly. Not an issue, and Hounds will come out. Your 74th minute here between the Riverhounds and FC Dallas. 3-1. Riverhounds over FC Dallas, as we see. Riverhounds moving forward, and that ball is going to be good win by Anthony Arena.
Yeah, really. Got over the top of the player and didn't touch him, and won that very well. Dallas forcing Dallas to go backwards, which is good. And
looking at the shape of our team, I think the one dynamic has changed a little bit. We see Kevin Kerr sitting back a little bit more, Paul, and letting really Robbie Vincent, has an unbelievable motor. I mean, he's just going all the time, and he's the one putting some pressure up a little bit. And as we mentioned, when Alfonso came on for Danny Earls, he's way more comfortable sitting in front of the two central defenders, and so they're going to be content to sit back and keep those lines connected.
Yep.
And I'm sure the instructions from the bench is don't let anything behind you, really.
Yeah. Don't give up anything there. So another long kick there by the keeper, Sanchez. High one, and one by Dallas, and then
looks like there's going to be a foul there because Anthony Arena got clocked, I believe.
Yeah, and the referee's standing right there and didn't even call it. So
called something. I think Anthony's bleeding. Yep,
yeah,
he got caught. He's going to bleed, so he's going to have to come off with that one, as we see both of them going out. He catches an elbow right on his nose.
And the referee standing right there. Look,
and he didn't call anything.
Couldn't.
He came across him with an elbow. As we see blood pouring out of Anthony Arena right above his nose. So you're watching this game on this USL Pro contest on YouTube, and every USL Pro regular season and playoff game will stream live on YouTube in 2014. Features include DVR, chat, and social media interactivity. Subscribe for free to the Riverhounds YouTube channel today. You can also catch the score, stats, news, and more exclusively on USLProSoccer.com. You can also visit the USL Pro fan page on Facebook at Facebook.com/USLPro, and follow at USL Pro on Twitter for all the latest updates. So a lot of social media working for you here at USL Pro. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Stay connected with what's going on in USL Pro as it comes down to the wire here in the final couple weeks of the season to find out who's going to be the final eight going into the playoffs, Paul Child. So, and the Hounds, if this result holds, will stay in the mix. Stay in the mix, and that's all we really can do. And obviously it depends on other teams, Gino, but it's important, as we said at the start of the game, to get away here tonight with this afternoon with 3 points and put the pressure on the other teams below us. So hopefully we can keep this score going. So here's Hollingshead, a little touch to Texera, but Dahlman back to break that play up, and this will be served over.
Boy, wide
open play. Mike Lish gets back across the goal, as we saw Hollingshead get across to that one. Eric Davis popped that in, and Mike Lish does well to get back across the goal. And that's where we kind of miss Arena right there, because he's the guy that's usually in there clearing these kind of balls. Missing the spot up, and then that is played right back across from Davis to Hollingshead, but Mike Lish gets across that, and the Riverhounds down a man as the medical staff of the Riverhounds is trying to bandage up Anthony Arena and almost cost them there for a second goal. Yeah, really, because Anthony would have been in there, so that one-man advantage, they took advantage of it and had a great opportunity. But here they come again. There's another shot blocked by Sterling Flunder. We see Alfonso Montegavan pretty much moving back to that one spot, but there's another free one from Hollingshead, and Mike Lish handles that one. It's no problem. Yeah. We both looked at him because there was a lot of time there, and we wanted, it was a similar ball. Is the sun out again or not? But it's not. So I think. And of course, the first half, Mike Lish had had a situation that I'm sure that he's going to want to forget and hope it never happens to again, with a similar ball to that one through his hands, and it ended up resulting in the only goal for FC Dallas. So, and Paul, really, they have, other than that, they have not mounted a lot of great opportunities. It's like whatever shots they've had, we've blocked a piece of, or they've not hit cleanly.
No, they've kind of really deflated, and as I say, you know, as it goes on too, and the weather's pretty warm, and there's a great ball to Joseph, and Dolman's kind of overlapping, and there it is. Looking for that
takes
ball.
A touch, swerves it in, and that's Johnny Artiega. I think probably try to flick that one back across.
Yeah, couldn't get it over, and I think he knew he was way past the goal, and it would have been difficult to get a shot on goal. So, you know, trying to flick it and didn't quite get what he wanted.
So we'll 3-1 Riverhounds and FC Dallas. Anthony Arena back into the game, and he's going to clear that one to try to hit a train going by.
Didn't quite reach, but
yeah. Although if that got under the railroad tracks, I think that there's not much of a ball left. That's the end of that one. Yeah. Hope it's in our budget for another one. So, but Anthony taking no chances, or other than that, he wanted to send that to a relative in Ohio, West Virginia, as the train's heading out of Pittsburgh.
And here come the Hounds again, and Johnny there looking up, and still got possession of it. Did well.
Possession, does well to keep that one there, and, you know, plays it out wide, and Kevin Kerr finds some space. And again, Hounds finding all kinds of space ball in the midfield as they Johnny looks to combine with Kerr and just couldn't connect, but that's a foul on Artiega.
Yep. We've got some little kids behind the goal there with the ball boys shooting into the back of the net because they're not getting the ball back in, but they're having fun. They're taking a penalty kick, but as the game goes on here. And here goes the Dallas team again.
Yeah, here comes Mike Lish, and it comes out to race that one in good. And if you saw that shot of Mike Lish coming out for the ball, you saw what Paul Child was talking about.
These two little guys.
Yeah, they're having a great time, but I don't know if they're paying any attention to being ball boys. They're having a great time at Highmark Stadium.
I can't blame them, Gino. If I was their age too, I'd be kicking the ball around too. I want to be on the field, not throwing the ball back in.
Right.
It's good to see. These are the future. So, and it looks like Dallas are going to bring in a player here. So 36 is coming in
with another substitution.
Alex Zendias.
Yeah, Alex Zendias is coming in, and who was? I missed that one coming off.
Yeah, I can't see his number. He's sideways to us. And
36 for 35. So Philip Ponder coming off, and Alex Zendias coming on for Philip Ponder.
And it's getting to that time, Gino, with 8 minutes and so many, 30 seconds or so left in the game. Dallas trying to get some motivation in there, but running out of time rapidly.
Yeah, definitely run out of time. I mean, as we approach
83rd minute.
Yeah, 83rd minute, and Paul, I wouldn't think. Well, maybe a little bit of stoppage time for Anthony Arena's injury, but other than that,
maybe a minute or two. I don't think much more. But
as of right now, so
if it's going to do it, Dallas has got to turn it around right now, Junior.
Yeah, and we've really seen. Honestly, no urgency with their play.
No, and there's a great ball down there to
Johnny Artiega. And flicks one, Hernandez is very alert to pick that one up. But good little ball from Johnny to Nguyen making that diagonal run across the Dallas back four, as we see
Robbie Vincent
keeping possession for the Hounds. And here we go. Here's Nguyen again doing well, and that's what Alfonso does well. Very calmly knocks that one back without trying to complicate it and playing very simply and saying, "Hey, we just need to keep it." So as we see Kevin Kerr and Matty Dolman.
Boy, and there's a collision there.
Collision
Kerr
there with
and
Kerr, and I don't know if that's Hernandez.
off the ball, actually.
Yeah,
this
off
was
the ball. He tried to move past
I think he
Radilla,
caught him in the head.
Alex Radilla, and I don't know what. I'm not quite sure. They definitely collided. Kevin obviously is looking towards the referee.
The linesman actually should have seen what was going on there. But
did you see that?
Sometimes they don't catch anything.
Yeah.
And a substitution here, Josie.
So Jose Angulo looks like he's going to make an appearance. Last year's MVP, USL Pro. Still the Hounds' leading scorer with 8 goals, and
been out with some injury the last
he's
2 or 3
coming in
games.
for Michael Green. Jose, yes, been out with some injuries, and tough year for Jose. I think. I mean, still has 8 goals. I mean, when he's been on the field and when he's been healthy, he's been.
He can be dangerous.
He is still dangerous as heck. So, Mike Green. Really good, very good third goal for him.
Linesman caught something there, Gino. He's giving a free kick to the Riverhounds, and Dolman looking to get the ball and get a cross in. And this is where Jose could come into the picture really quick here, because he's usually good on crosses, has a good understanding with Dolman, and might get on the end of this one. If he doesn't, maybe even
somebody else will. So we have a few out there, and Aguena's been very, very dangerous on these because he knows how to find the spots.
And nobody going up from the back for us.
Yeah, which is smart. And there's one free. Oh, and that's cleared away by Dallas, but a lot of gold shirts in there on that service ball.
And here comes another one looking to try and get it back in there. And here comes a switch. Yep, I thought it would to Dolman.
And he puts it right on the money, Robbie Vincent does. But Dallas will come away with that.
Dolman working hard there to win that ball back. Did a great job of closing down after a bit of a mix-up, closing down the Dallas player so he couldn't get it out, and gave it away for a throw-in. And now the Hounds having time to get back and get reorganized. Well,
so it still looks like a free kick to Dallas. Yeah, looks like a free kick to Dallas, and still maintaining possession. A good battle going on there with Matty Dolman, and that's going to be a foul, I believe, by Danny Garcia.
Oh, nice quick one there.
Great quick one there to Jose Angulo.
And he's going to get on his left peg.
There's a left peg. Oh, just wide. So Jose entering the game and immediately has a great opportunity to get number 9 on the season.
No lack of confidence for him, Gino. We always know that when he gets around the top of that box or anywhere, in there, he's going to, if he can get in on his left foot, he's going to rip one.
He's going to pull the trigger, and he did no problem whatsoever. So 3-1 Riverhounds over FC Dallas. Ryan Hollingshead looking in the fifth, now leaves it for Davis, who plays it to Kobe Spann, but that's Dallas didn't do much with that one. But this is knocked back in, and here's Garcia again, but that's stripped away by the Hounds. Robbie Vincent, some fancy footwork, but not the right spot of the field for that, maybe. And again, Ribeiro and Arena back very well to provide that cover.
Working
not a
well
great
together,
move by
Gino.
Robbie Vincent, maybe his only mistake of the game there.
Oh, what a great ball.
What a great ball. Kevin Kerr lifts it off. Jose tries to connect, cannot, just barely, but I think they're calling offsides on.
No, it's a goal kick.
It's a goal kick. Okay. Yeah,
I'll tell you what, Kerr
there. Was a great ball.
Was unlucky, Gino. Caught him on the outside of the foot just a little bit off target.
He just couldn't get his feet prepared to come around with the inside and swerve it in, but great ball in. Yeah, he just tried to knock it over really with his laces, didn't he? And just try to lift it over him a little bit. And
it was a shame, really. If he could have got his side foot on it, he probably got more contact.
Exactly.
Just couldn't get it right.
Just couldn't get that. Couldn't get it right.
Great opportunity again for the Hounds to get another one, but Dallas again still trying to come back when we're in the.
And here's Jose Angulo again, who's been very, very dangerous since coming on here in the last couple of minutes.
Yep.
And
he's winning the ball back.
He's going to win that one back from Hernandez in the corner. I don't know what Hernandez was waiting on.
Oop.
But he's going to win. He'll finally win that back from Jose.
Boy, he whiffed on that one. I don't know what happened. He was looking to try and cross it, I think. But Dallas coming back at us again.
And that's going to be no call. Yeah, it's a foul on Alfonso Montagavon, but not a bad foul, Paul, because they had a little bit of a thing going, and and he stops it right there, and that gives the Hounds some opportunity to get back.
That's a professional foul, actually, if you think about it, because he was in a good situation. If he'd have kept going, they would have caused some problems.
Yeah,
but
and if Alfonso doesn't get the foul, he's going to at least slow him down. And there's a shot right to Michael Lish by number 36, Zaheas.
Yeah, exactly. We're into the 39th minute, Gino, and you think you just want to kind of play this one out. We're not in it, no need to go forward, but we've still got 3 forwards up the top, and I would like to see him coming back and just leaving one, and just to make doubly sure that there was no more chances for the Dallas team.
Yeah. Just maybe Johnny with Jose in the game, but the Hounds are looking to kill this off and get a 4th one. There he is, Mr. Everywhere, Robbie Vincent. Great ball to Matty Dahlman. Flick one in, and that's going to be cleared away by Cabrera. But again, the Hounds just continue to push the attack. They are not ready to kill this game yet. You know, they want to go for another one. So.
And Brian Elkett then there, number 3. I never saw. He got he came in for somebody. I don't know who.
And Dallas just gives us a great little pass back to Michael Lish from 50, 60 yards. So. Oh, Mike Lish is going to send that one in and see what the Hounds
got a feeling there's going to be like 3 minutes left in this game at the end of regulation.
Yeah, as we say, you mentioned Brian Feckerty. We missed him coming on.
Missed him coming on. I was trying to figure out who he came on
for. Sterling Flunder.
Yeah, well, Sterling had been doing a lot of work, working hard. And
so it was 3 minutes of stoppage time.
And there's a clever Robbie Vincent just
calming it down. Slow it down, exactly. Calm it down a little bit. Take the foot off the gas pedal. And Alfonso, great, will just continue to maintain possession. And Dahlman wisely knocked that one back. This is when we want them to be safe with it and
smart. Yeah.
Yeah, they got 3 minutes to go,
and there's a long ball way left. And.
All we need is
nice ball by Johnny.
Nice little stuff. Feckerty moving forward here from the left back spot. And
no, easy enough. And ricochets off a defender and goes out for a throw-in, I think. Yep.
So getting close to the end of regulation in this very important USL Pro contest between the Pittsburgh Riverhounds and FC Dallas Reserve, as we see Matty Dahlman flying up for that one, but Dallas is going to come away for it with it and span on the ball for FC Dallas. Hollingshead for Dallas coming forward, trying to come forward. But again, Hounds back well, and there's Matty Dahlman again.
Good job.
Comes back to pick the pocket of Hollingshead before he can get anything off his foot.
It's good to see Dahlman getting some. He's been working very hard, Gino.
Very hard.
And tracking back and winning balls back, and it's good
forward.
to see.
I mean, he came all the way back for that one, and really
nice touch.
Matches. Here's Kevin Kerr. Is this number 4? Oh, just cleared away at the last second by Dallas. A little roll back to Robbie Vincent. It could have been number 4, Paul.
Yep.
Just couldn't get it, but Dallas at the last second came through and had a touch.
Exactly. And Dallas probably pulling all the stops out here. Got to go forward as quick as they can because it's definitely not much.
But they don't have any numbers forward, Paul.
No.
Really. I mean, seriously, a couple guys back and.
Oh, there was an advantage there, and the referee blew the whistle.
Yeah, he blew that whistle.
Missed that opportunity.
Yeah, but a 2-goal lead will take it. Just going to kill some more time.
Sure.
If we're down a goal, wouldn't be so happy with that one. But
no, not at all.
But this time we can take our time, and Mike Lish will come out for that one.
And waste another 30 seconds up the clock.
I mean, the referee. I mean, we got to be close to to the end of this one. I think we're pretty close to 3 minutes of stoppage time. So
A big switch.
And Dallas is
Keeps
able
it
to retain possession, but
needs some help. It doesn't have any.
No, it doesn't have any. As we said, Dallas not really getting forward, showing. And
That's
there it
the end of
is.
the
There's
game.
the whistle. There's the whistle to end this USL Pro contest. Pittsburgh Riverhounds 3, FC Dallas Reserves 1. Very important result for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, Paul Child.
Oh, fantastic result for them, Gino. As we said at the beginning of the game, we could not afford to lose this. We needed the 3 points desperately. They're going on a two-game road trip, and a real tough one down into Charleston and Charlotte. And they can get down there and come back with a point or 3 points from that. They would be in great shape and finally playing the last game of the season here.
And the way the Hounds have been playing, they're quite capable of doing that. I mean, we saw them earlier play Charlotte and Charleston, and did very, very well with them, and they match up very well. And it should be a interesting weekend for the Hounds, but certainly they come away with some major points there. They're right in the middle of this thing. So an important win, a terrific win for the Hounds, and you got to give these players and coaches credit for continuing to press it and continue to push forward. And really what's been overall probably disappointing season, but no one on that field gave up, and they're still playing very, very, very hard.
Well, yeah, everybody giving 100% and working hard for each other, and it's great to see because it's so easy to just, give up and let it go. But they haven't done that, and it's good to see them back in the running, and hopefully they can continue doing that. As I say, getting down and getting a win on the road would be fantastic for them to come and finish off the season at the last game of the season here in Pittsburgh.
But I think finally the Hounds just got stronger and stronger as that game went on. I mean, their rhythm, their tempo improved as the game went on. Their passing got the speed of play picked up as the game went on. We saw a lot of very little space that Dallas provided in the first 20 minutes or so, and then the Hounds began to find those little pockets and really changed the game.
That's what was strange, at the beginning. The first maybe 15 or 20 minutes, Dallas was just making it so difficult for the Hounds, not giving any, and there was no openings for passes. They were closing us down, and then all of a sudden it just seemed to disappear, and the Hounds started getting momentum and doing the business on Dallas.
So we hope you enjoyed this USL Pro contest between the Pittsburgh Riverhounds and FC Dallas Reserve, and had a great afternoon. We will see you back in a couple weeks for one more game here at Highmark Stadium, and as the Hounds hit the road next weekend at Charlotte and Charleston, and as we come down to the wire for this USL Pro season and who's going to be the final 8 teams that are left for the playoffs. So for Paul Child, I'm Gene Klein. Hope you enjoyed this broadcast, and we hope to see you again real soon.
Yeah, and have a good night.
All right, thanks for staying with us, and enjoy your Sunday.